Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we'll be doing a rematch with Towering Roots into Prussia 6. We're hoping for not board E. Good. Okay, we got board B. Wanted to showcase another game in this matchup. Another board where I have that land 3 that is in danger with the Han there. Let's actually see if we get Sands. So Sands would be likely our worst explorer. Best would be probably Jungle Mountain. The reason why Sands is bad is because I can't fully defend this land on B3. Another problem with the starting board is getting a Vitality in B2 could be problematic. What do we get? Mountain Wetland. That's not bad. I won't be able to utilize Radiant to the maximum potential of this game. Still pretty interesting position. So I want to move my Dahan or my Incarna over here to B6 starting. And the reason for that is um, I'll be able to Vitality my B2. So we're going to G3. And I'm going to be playing my Radiant as well as my Blooming. I want to play Blooming because I want to put that Vitality down over here on the mountain. Oh my, and those are some cards. Um, Carapace Land, Elusive Ambushes, Hazards, and Flesh Rot Fever. Now, the answer is 100% Carapace Land, as this is a defense 6 and it's at 1 range from our Incarna. So I mean, we're just going to pick this. If we didn't, a good second card would be Ambushes, as it's a way to deal damage or to defend 4. And then Hazards is the weakest, or not the weakest, it's a 0 cost on element. The weakest is Flesh Rot, just a really bad card. But Carapace Land is Carapace Land. Um, Now we're going to put this presence all the way over here on B3 because I want to be able to set up a way to defend that land. Oh, actually, it cannot go to B3 because I said I want to move the Incarnate this turn. So I'm going to put this presence actually in B6. Then I'm going to replace the presence with my Incarnate. So that allows me to kind of move this way over to B6. We're going to use Radiant, 2 Fear. We're going to kill that Explorer. And now the plan is if a Wetlands comes up again, well, look at that. My Dahan can just easily trade with the land. And then I plan on likely defending my B7 here. Skip that first defense. Oh, that's a sad one to pass up. Build and explore. And look at that, the back-to-back. So let's not forget to escalate like we did last game. So let's do our builds. Build. And then explore, and escalate. We're going to escalate into that land 2 again. We're going to use Blooming here, putting that Vitality down over here in B2, just trying to keep that land safe. And we're going to use our innate 1 Fear. My right innate 1 Fear, killing this town. And I also have that Explorer / Dahan gather. I think I'm going to gather it like this. The main reason is I want to open myself up to cultural assimilation here on B8, such that I don't have to asim on B1. And we use that, and use both innates. Now, I have a very interesting choice here. I could choose to double defend this turn, and then I don't have to grab the Vitality off my G2, or I could G2 here, putting the Vitality down here, and then I can just try to get further ahead. I think going bottom track here, choosing the energy is the way to go, getting a power card. And I'm going to play both of my defense. I just want to not choose G2. Now, I could have done both, actually, now that I think about it. And we're going to put this presence over here in the land with the Han. And I had to go from bottom track here because I had to uncover that sun to hit my innates. So we're going to use Entwine the Fates of All, giving me a nice defend 4 here. And we'll use Carapace Land, giving me a nice defend 6 here. Okay, looking at these drafts here, some great pickups. Purifying Flame, Blight Removal, usually decent on roots, but Prussia, it's likely too slow. Elemental Boon, just a perfect element card. Drought is a way to kind of close out the game. And then finally, Shore Seas, not really the best, but at least it has a plant. I'm going to go with Drought just because I want another way to close out the game in case things go really south for me. I've already drafted another defense, so I'm in a pretty good spot. Fortunately, none of those were 0 costs, because if there was a 0 cost there, I could consider possibly going to 3 plays next turn. But we have both of our lands defended. And okay, Dahan trade. Well, this is kind of good. I can discard my drought that I drafted to pay for this. And I have to kill a Dahan and gain a fear. I'm going to kill the Dahan over here on B8 because I want to be able to fully clear my B6. Here cards. Okay. Mountain Wetland Ravage. Dead. Dead. Wetland build. And the Explorer is mountains again. Oh, and I forgot to remove that blight. And a Mountain Explorer. Okay. And I have to escalate. Um, I guess we'll escalate over here into my B1. I do have that innate again. One fear. Get rid of that town. And we'll gather that Explorer in, stopping that Ravage, or stopping that build. And I'll almost create that pocket. Okay, and we are going to G1 reclaim here. Now I actually could go straight bottom track here. Fully commit to the build, because I have Carapace land. I have to double defend. So I could do something like defend, defend. That will hit my innates. I just can't hit the, I don't know if I want to though. Well, actually, I mean, it seems very strong here. Create that Sacred Site here. Because now Entwine the Fates of All gives me a nice defense 6. Carapace land gives me also a nice defense 6. And then I have Blooming to throw that Vitality down here on B2. I mean, this does seem very strong. It's going to be very tight here. So we have Urbanization. Doesn't do anything. We have Stricken. Doesn't do anything. Oh, and then I can retreat, so I can push this Dahan out over to here. Wetlands Ravage. Mountains Build. And as you guys can see, drafting the second defend is just so critical on routes. The Explorer's Coast, dang, that was the one Explorer I was hoping it would not be. It likely means I need to reclaim again. So we'll play Blooming, throwing that Wilds down over, or that Vitality down there. We're going to use that right innate. Actually, left innate first, gathering that, gathering this, and then the right innate 2 fear, killing both Explorers. Time passes, and I think I'm supposed to G1 reclaim again here. And I believe I'm supposed to play these cards. So this will allow me to get rid of my city here. There is I could, instead of not playing Entwine, I can play Drought, which is really interesting because I can then blow up everything there, but I don't think I do. I think that we save that. I think we do this play just because we want to be able to get rid of that city. This presence will go here, and then next turn we can defend 6 here, and we'll have another Vitality there. So we're actually in a really nice spot. Entwine the Fates of All is just a dead draft here, or a dead card. We have Remnants. We can pick top or bottom. We are not defending, so probably picking bottom here is the way to go for free. So I can discard Drought, giving me my Earth. Oh, look at that. It looks like I paid for it with Remnants, and that's just because I'm not defending anywhere. Fear cards. Remove something from our land of beasts. We have, nope, no targets. Mountain Ravage. Coast builds. Build. This is re-enter that stage 3. Sands Wetland. And we're going to use that left innate here, gathering the single Explorer, and the right innate. Oh, actually, we'll not gather the single Explorer. We will, actually, maybe we gather like this. And then we use the right innates. 1, 2, 3, getting rid of all of that. All right, because I'll have to defend next turn to defend this. Perfect. And if that's the case, I can actually I'll gather the city over here as well. And I'm using my left innate. I can also gather a town. I don't want to though, because I'm only going to have defend 4. So I'm using that left innate with +1 range to hit that land. We're going to use Blooming, putting another Vitality in my B2. We're going to use Boon of Resilient Power, allowing me to get a major. Restoring a destroyed presence. We're going to put that presence over here. This is actually very interesting. I just realized this right now. I have to actually place the presence before I gain the major. Wow, I've played over 2,000 games with this spirit and never realized the presence has to be added before, but it does. I think that's probably because they changed it at some point. Okay, looking at these cards, these are actually all pretty medium cards, and none of them really win us the game. Um, how many turns do we have left? So our plan is probably to drought on our B2. We have the double defense. This will eventually get cleared. I think we're going to go with, I actually don't think we draft any of these. We just use it for the presence resurrection. Okay, time passes. And we still reclaim here. And that's mainly because we need that energy. And in this turn, I guess we could do these three. And the idea behind this is we have Carapace land plus this, and that will give us enough defend for these lands. Like this is defend 10, this is defend 4. So you have Carapace land plus spending the defend 4 to solve this land. And then this turn we can Blooming plus Drought, and that will hit this land. We'll fully kill that land. Yeah, that seems really good. No increasing damage. Search for unclaimed land. Explore. Sure. So we'll explore over here in the in this jungle. Push to Han from land matching and ravage. We won't do that. And then we add a disease. We'll add that disease over here. Your cards. Strive to a land with towns. Doesn't matter. It'll just fall off. So Coast Ravage. That's dead. That's dead. That's dead. That's gone. Sands Wetland build, and the Explorer is Jungle Sands. And we're going to use our left innate, gathering this Explorer. We're going to use our Vitality, throwing a Vitality down over here in that mountain, and then we're going to use a Drought, Thresholded, destroying 3 towns. Adding a Blight, killing that Vitality, and also killing the city. That passes, and then finally we're going to use the G1 to maneuver our Incarna anti-grow into that B3, and then we're going to play our Radiant here. Actually, I didn't even have to G1. I could have just moved the Incarna myself. We'll use Radiant for 2 fear and to get rid of that last town and Explorer, and that's GG. So a very fun game with the Towering Roots again. Trying to think what went wrong. I mean, once again, we lucked out. B3 didn't come up starting. If your land 3 does show up in this matchup, ask for another player to help you out. We are a good Roots player. As you can see, we drafted Carapace land. Really looking for another defense to help smooth the game out is really advantageous. If you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.